I just got a delivery from Amazon and from BJU Press. If you guys are watching my videos, you know that we homeschool our son, Cole, and we started last year. And I know a lot of people ask me, you know, was it because of COVID? Is that why you did it? We've actually been thinking about homeschooling for a little bit, and I guess COVID was like the push to like do it and try it. Like, why not? Like, everything was so up in the air. Why not try it now, see how it goes? And it actually worked out really well for us. This year, we decided to do online, and we're excited about it because Cole is he's capable. Like, he definitely is one of those kids you could be like, here's your stuff for today, bud. This is what you need to do, or write it out, and then he can do it. So he is very mature in that he's able to do that. So that's why we chose to do the online version. So basically, he'll get online every day, and he'll go to his lesson, and he'll watch the teacher teach it. It's all pre-recorded, so say he does it, and he does his work, and I'm like, you know, he got a bunch wrong, or maybe he just didn't understand it. I can have him rewatch that. So that's what's really nice. And they also send the student book, so he'll have a textbook that he can study out of, read, you know, do all that kind of stuff, worksheets. Anyways, I'm gonna open that and I will let you guys see. Okay, so I don't know where any of our box cutters went. We have a million of them. My husband and I used to work at the same company years ago, and through college and stuff, and we acquired quite a few box cutters because that's like a tool that you had to have. And we have a bajillion of them, and the two that I have in our junk drawer up here are gone, so I don't know where they're at. So, handy dandy screwdriver here to do the trick. So whatever you use, make sure you're safe about it. Cut away from yourself. All right, guys, let's see what we got here. Okay, so in here is a package of everything that comes in the box, that comes in your curriculum that you ordered. They recommend that you go through and check and make sure everything is here, and then if you don't, you contact them. So this is 2 pages, and then it tells you like instructions, and if something's missing, damage, it tells you what to do. So that's awesome. I'm gonna fold this because it has my address on it, and I want to keep where I live to myself. So BJU is always good about packing, so they've got like this nice foamy stuff in there to pack it. And right off the bat, it starts with the getting started online for distance learning online, textbooks, support materials, and videos. So it's cool. It breaks down, it's like a welcome and the steps that you need to do and everything that should be in here. It talks about how to be organized. It says to unpack your order and then sort by grade and subject. So that's if you have multiple kids that are in multiple grades. You'll want to do that because that'll be easiest to go through your checklist to make sure you have everything. And then there's a reference, the welcome email distance online learning. So I did receive an email, a couple emails actually, one for myself and one for Cole as well. But I haven't gone through those yet because I wanted to wait till we got the curriculum, because I kind of had a feeling, well, I kind of read through mine and it kind of required you to have your curriculum to kind of look at things. So we will do that. And actually we're going to do that. I'm going to go through and make sure I have everything now. But we're not going to start school until we move, because then I'll be able to set everything up and not have to worry about losing anything during the move. And we can just, you know, kick off running, where we don't have to like start school, stop, and then start up again. Because we plan on taking like a good week or so to move. You know, we're not in a situation where we have to sell our home, get out so someone else could come in. You know, we have a different situation. So we're taking a little bit longer. So we may start this, we're gonna start this after we move. But anyways, and then it explains like being in control, like how to utilize the curriculum, and then if you have questions or anything, all the different connections you could do. So you get a little book there. Okay, so for his English literature, Explorations in Literature, the 4th edition. Now this is 7th grade level, so Cole did very good at English, and his writing it needs a little more help, but we are definitely focusing on writing this year. Writing and math are the two things that I really want to focus on. So Scott, this is his literature, and this is a book that is for like required for him to read during it. It's Forbidden Gates by Denise Williamson. Also, you guys, BJU is a Christian curriculum. So if you are looking for a curriculum that, let's see so you guys see my face here. Okay, here we go. Now you guys can see me. So if you're looking for a Christian-based curriculum, BJU is Christian-based. So that's one of the reasons why we picked BJU. There's several others, like the Good and the Beautiful, Our Father's World, and we really liked what BJU had to offer. They recommend as part of their curriculum. We'll be reading several others. Like I said, Cole likes to read, so we're really actually going to ramp up the reading as well. And our books, I don't plan on spending any money on any books. He has a few books. Cole has tons of books, but he's read them all pretty much. And there are a few books that he hasn't read that are like 6th grade, 7th grade level, that I'm going to have him just read, because it's always good, even though if it's a grade, it's not at their reading level, it's always still good to read, because even though it's easier words or easier comprehension, it's nice for the brain just to do reading and go over that stuff already. Like this summer I had him reading, and he just finished up these 2 books, and these are library books. So, you know, library is free, so take advantage of that, you guys. Where the Red Fern Grows, so that's a good oldie one. And then Anne of Green Gables. He didn't really care for this book, which I kind of figured, because, you know, he's a boy and he's really into boy things, but you got to expand their horizon and all that kind of stuff. So those actually have to go back to the library, and they're actually late because I forgot to take them back from on vacation, so those have to get back today. But anyways, okay. And the next thing is science. It's life science. In science, they are human anatomies in there. Gosh, I'll have to let you guys know, but there's science. It's got a cool peacock on the front. So this is 7th grade science. Oriole one. This is 7th grade science, and then world studies. That's that it's their heritage studies. It's part of their like social studies, history, all that kind of stuff. These are handouts. So these are all the handouts. So let me go through here and kind of, okay, so here's the book. Here's the science book. Really nice book. Very colorful. I say about BJU, they their illustrations, all their it really kind of draws you in. So like for instance, unit 1 is the world of life science, characteristics of classification of life, cell structures, and cell activities. So that's really neat. I'm a big microbiology person. My first 3 years of college before I switched my degree was in nursing, and my favorite classes were like anatomy, physiology, and biology. Microbiology, love those classes. So I'm excited about doing the whole cell thing. And I think I'll have to look, but I know with parent led, they give you like a list of stuff to buy for like your science experiments and stuff. So I don't know if this year I'll have to look and see. We might have to get a microscope, which you can get them pretty inexpensive. I already kind of started looking at them at on Amazon, but I had one when I was in college, and I loved like swabbing things and looking at it and just looking at the different shell structures and just really looking at different things throughout like the house and stuff. But yeah, so if you're like a geeky kind of like me, you like that kind of stuff, you'll like this science because it's in here. So like unit 2 talked about cell structure. Unit 4 was the activities of cells, and then you get into the next unit, which is heredity and the origin of life. So that's pretty cool. It talks about cycles of cells and proteins and like all that kind of stuff, how everything comes together. Yeah, so you guys, real nice pictures, illustration. So yeah, it goes into anatomy. They have great pictures on that, if you guys can see here. So really nice illustration for science. Cole likes science. I'm a big science person, so that's great. And here's the book for the world studies. And this talks about, let's see, let's crack this open and see what kind of stuff he'll be learning here. So foundations, creation, AD 800, and it talks about the development and cultures and worlds between 1000 to 1650, the revolutionary age, the 20th century and beyond. So it goes over the last, 2,000 years of life, which is pretty neat, and shows, talks about the kings and queens of Europe and all that kind of stuff. And this was one of the YouTube videos that I watched about a lesson, and it was pretty neat because they had some very vibrant pictures that they showed on there. So it's not boring by any means, it's school, right? So it's like, it reminded me like a typical class in a public school as far as like the teacher's talking, but with this they're able to throw in those nice pictures, and if you're watching on a monitor it's like in your face, where school you gotta look on a screen or whatever. So yeah, this will be interesting. This will definitely be interesting. I like the fact that it reaches more than just within the USA. Like last year, 5th grade, Heritage Studies was about like American history, which was really cool. All right, next is Bible Truths. Okay, so this did come with Bible study. I couldn't remember if I got it or not, but this came with Bible study, and this is 6th grade Bible study. So math and Bible study is 6th grade. I did bring it down to 6th grade. I forgot about that. It like comes with a curriculum, so I wanted to make sure I got the right one. So yeah, so here's the Bible Truths for Bible study, which is really nice. And we go to church on Sundays, but it's nice to have this for kids because it really makes them think. You have worksheets and stuff like that, ask you questions, and it brings the Bible down to a child's understanding, which is one thing else I love about it. Okay, so these are video lesson guides. These are video lesson guides. So it reads here, day 1, and then it tells you the content your child's going to be learning. It tells you the text that they should read, the assignment and the pages that the assignment's on, and then it says facilitator instructions. So it says what to do, anything that you need to have prepared for your child, it tells you. So you guys, that is the easy, not really the easy part of it, but that is basically what you as a parent will be doing, is just making sure that your child is on track every day. And like I said, sometimes it would take me like half hour or more to teach a lesson. Of course, in the beginning it took me longer because I was brand new at this, and I'm taking what I know from like public school, and I worked in the public system for a couple years, so you're kind of seeing how that happened, plus having a child, you're like, oh well, this is how it's supposed to be. But once I got comfortable, and it took me a couple months, I think it took like 3-4 months, but once I got to that, I knew Cole's learning style, I knew what I could and couldn't like do with him as far as, and what information they provide that I needed, how I could use it to best fit our life and time, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so here you just read this, make sure they're good to go, and you're done. We're parent-led. You do this, you plan it, you read it, you plan it, you remember it, and then you teach it. So this is definitely gonna be easier. So that's what these are, just the guided lessons. And once I get this all set up, because I'll have folders and all that kind of stuff, I'll figure out how I'm going to set it up so it's easiest for him to just grab and go. So once I set that all up, I'll do another video and we'll go through this all again. Okay, so there's his papers. I'm not going to group everything together because I'm literally going to put it all back in this box once I'm done. After I'm done going through, checking to make sure I have everything. Let's see. Here's another video lesson. So So grammar, writing and grammar. So you have literature, for 7th grade you have literature and you have writing and grammar. So that's actually separate in 7th grade, where in 5th grade, because we did 5th grade last year, and I bumped him up because, like I said, he did extremely well. But that's the thing about Homeschool Tool is, like, if I feel like, okay, well, this is too much, he's not getting it, we can dial it back, and I can always order a 6th grade, you know, English, grammar, literature, and just save this for next year. So, but we'll see. What else do we got here? Okay, so excited about this. So there's a lab manual that goes with the science. So that's pretty neat. I want to crack this open and check it out real quick. Again, you guys, beautiful illustrations. So you have your work pages in here, so your child will be, you know, doing all that kinds of stuff. There is, looks like, okay, class investigation is measuring accurate. So they do have labs, you know, that you'll have to do. So I'm sure in here somewhere there'll be some kind of something that tells me things that I'm going to need for him. We bought last year a bunch of science stuff, like I have beakers and cylinder, you know, all that kind of stuff for measuring. I've got a scale. That was all stuff that I bought last year that I got very inexpensive on Amazon, and I actually found some stuff on clearance, like at Michael's and stuff. So by no means don't think that homeschooling has to be expensive, because it doesn't. I mean, of course, you could totally go, I mean, they've got, you could spend a boatload of money on curriculums, you could spend a boatload of money on buying everything and everything. I mean, the packet that they had a list of stuff, they had like stuff that you absolutely needed. They had some recommended stuff, and then they had some other things that you could do too. And especially in the labs, you don't have to do all these labs. There were some labs that we didn't do because it was stuff I didn't have, or I thought, well, you know, he understood it, and you know, he didn't need to see it to understand it, type of thing. So you don't necessarily have to do them. Cole really enjoys doing stuff like that. Like we grew crystals. Cat in the box. We grew crystals and stuff like that. So that was stuff that, like, the physical science stuff that he really liked, that he could see. But yeah, nice illustrations. Very nice. You know, with some of these, like, these don't have holes in them. Last year what I did is I had Cole, like, write in these books. I think this year I'm probably just going to maybe make copies of some of these, because if I can donate my curriculum to somebody, I'd really like to try and do that to help out. BJU, I feel like it's not expensive. Like they also offer where you can do like a payment plan. So the curriculum that I got for 7th grade was $900 and some dollars. I did add, I had something to it which made it a little bit more, but that's including taxes and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But that's something that was part of our budget that we put aside every year, so that money, we save for that money throughout the year. So last year it was just a pull out, you know, because we didn't know how much it was going to cost. So this whole past year since then, I've been putting money away because I knew that we were going to be doing this again, and we're going to continue to do it. So this is actually, the curriculum is in our budget to do it. But say you don't have the money for it all at once. BJU does offer like payment plans. You put like, I think you put a little bit of money up front, and then you have payments for so many months. So there's that option too. And if you go to, like, they have curriculum swap meets all over, I know, and here in Michigan they have quite a few of them. And you know, you find people like me that have a curriculum that, you know, I like to try and donate to somebody if I can. So I will be looking at my homeschool Facebook pages too to see if there's anybody out there that may need a BJU 5 curriculum. So I guess that's my way of giving back, right? Isn't that what the Lord teaches us, is to help others? So yeah, so I'm excited about the science. Science looks really, really neat. And I gotta get the kitty out of the box so I can show you guys the rest of it. All right, you, come on. I know, you can, ugh. This does not come with a curriculum. Ugh. Now they have K and everything. Okay, world studies. Put that with that. Grammar writing hangout. Math. So I got the math 6. Like I said, math is one of the subjects that Cole, he doesn't struggle with it. It just takes him a little bit more time, which that's fine. I really didn't enjoy math until high school. Like I did well in math, but I didn't really start excelling in math until I hit high school. And I really started enjoying math and understanding math and how you kind of use math in everyday life when I got into algebra. And I don't know, I just like the formulas and all that kind of stuff. And then went into geometry and I'm like, I do not like geometry. And isn't that kind of how it goes? Like either you're like a big geometry person and you don't like algebra, or you're algebra and you don't like geometry and trigonometry. I went up all the way to calculus, but in high school, but I absolutely loved geometry. I mean algebra, geometry. I did well in geometry, but I did not like it. The proofs are for the birds. Like that just takes too long to prove what I already know. You know, just, I don't know, whatever. But anyways, okay, so this is it. So here's more handouts for math. So I'll probably put these in a binder, you know, something. I'll show you guys once we move and I get it all set up. I'll do a whole video on that. So we'll see. So you've got science. So I'm going to go over my checklist real quick and make sure that I have everything that I'm supposed to, and then I'll let you guys know.